Hello and welcome back to Money Never Sleeps. My name is Timur from M&A Wealth. If you'd like more information about what you hear during the show, give us a call at 866-973-3627 or visit us online at mnawealth.com. And while at my website, click on the page to check out past shows and subscribe on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. On today's show, we're going to discuss the retirement needs of Gen Xers while also talking about retirement in more general terms. A U.S. News and World Report article, Will Gen X Have to Retire Later Than Previous Generations?, has some really interesting information. The article begins by asking a simple question: is Generation X on track for a comfortable retirement? And the answer is that, unfortunately, many Gen Xers anticipate a gap between what they've saved for retirement and what they'll need to maintain their preferred lifestyle. Those sentiments were shared in a 2023 Gen X Retirement Readiness Survey conducted by Schroders, an asset management firm. According to that survey, 45% of Gen Xers haven't done any retirement planning at all, and 66% are concerned that they won't be able to sufficiently grow their workplace retirement accounts before retiring. Interestingly, the article also notes that many baby boomers had defined benefit pensions at work. But Gen Xers are the first generation that will primarily rely on 401k plans. This means that many workers are on their own like never before when it comes to saving money for retirement. In the Schroders survey, Gen Xers said they'll need about $1.1 million saved to enjoy a comfortable retirement. Yet, on average, they have only about $660,000 saved. Certainly, a gap of about $450,000 between expectation and reality is a very serious matter. Yet, even with that alarming gap, Gen Xers have available options to improve both their retirement savings and their retirement readiness. For example, our ability to earn money is less rigid now than it's ever been because, for more and more people, the office is wherever your laptop is. Consequently, Gen Xers may be able to generate income far longer than previous generations without being tied to an office or even one career. During their working lives, Gen Xers have faced some unique financial challenges. Many in this generation had their careers, finances, and lives upended by the .com crash at the beginning of the century, the 2008 financial crisis, and then the pandemic. Those three significant financial disruptions negatively affected Gen Xers' savings and investments, which has made it harder to build necessary wealth for retirement. Conversely, many baby boomers were able to build significant retirement wealth before one or even all three of these disruptions. Lastly, Gen Xers have also been saddled with massive student loan debt and higher living costs, a combo that may force some of them to work longer than they'd hoped to in order to claw back from financial disruptions. Perhaps the best move they can make is to max out their employer-sponsored plans and IRAs. If Gen Xers are currently contributing to one of those accounts, it's imperative to max them out and to be aware of catch-up contributions that are available to only those who are 50 and older. Finally, Gen Xers need to adequately factor longevity into their retirement plans. Because of rising life expectancies, many Gen Xers will live longer than the baby boomers who came before them. That means they may need to be prepared to work longer so they can build the kind of savings that can see them through a retirement that may last 2 decades or longer. I'd recommend that Gen Xers meet with their financial services professional to discuss whether delaying filing for Social Security until age 70, which would give them the largest possible monthly payment, would fit into their overall financial strategy. I'd like to spend the rest of the show looking at where other generations are currently at with their retirement savings and by highlighting ways people of any age may be able to boost their retirement savings. A U.S. News and World Report article, What is the Average Retirement Savings Balance by Age?, has insights that I'm eager to discuss, so let's get right to it. The best information about retirement savings comes directly from the Federal Reserve System. The article shares the Fed's 2022 calculation, the most up-to-date numbers currently available. As of 2022, the average retirement savings balance broke down as follows: 35 and younger, $49,000, 35 to 44, $142,000, 45 to 54, $313,000, 55 to 64, $538,000, 65 to 74, $690,000, 75 and older, $462,000, For many, their 401k is their largest source of retirement savings. The article shared numbers from Vanguard, one of the country's largest account providers, which found the average current 401k balance for those 25 and younger is $5,200, and for those 65 and older, the balance is about $233,000. While those numbers are interesting, we have to dig a little deeper to really understand what they mean. The amount of retirement savings needed is unique to every retiree. That said, many financial services professionals recommend the following for how much you want to have saved. At 30, that amount is 1 times your average annual salary. At 40, it's 3 times, and at 50, it's 6 times your annual salary. Then at 60, it may be helpful to have 8 times your annual salary saved. Finally, at 67, the age at which many people retire, you may want to have 10 times your annual salary saved. If you're alarmed by those numbers because you haven't started saving anything yet, or because you're far behind many in your age group, don't radically change course. Instead, slowly ramp up how much you're saving in a way that doesn't make it harder to pay your monthly bills. Again, it's very important to work with a financial services professional on your retirement savings. The amount you should have saved may hew closely to the numbers I just shared, or your unique circumstances may call for something radically different. Perhaps most importantly, you should have a financial services professional who's willing to tell you what you need to hear, not just what you want to hear. As for specific tips about boosting your retirement savings, one of the simplest ways is to boost your income. That could mean asking your boss for a raise, seeking out a higher paying position with a new company, or taking on a second job. Another option is to cut back on spending. Another place a financial services professional may be of help. The article touts the 50-30-20 budgeting method. With this, you spend 50% of your income on your essential expenses, 30% on the things you want, and the last 20% goes into savings. Because taxes don't go away when you retire, preparing for retirement taxes well before you're retired is another way to protect your savings. For example, if you think you'll likely be in a higher tax bracket in retirement, you may want to consider Roth accounts in which you pay the taxes now for tax-free withdrawals in the future. Let me caution you that Roths aren't the right move for everyone, especially for those likely to be in a lower tax bracket during retirement. So work closely with your financial services professional on all things Roth. If you have any questions about your retirement magic number, your retirement strategy, or any other parts of your financial strategy, visit my website at mnawealth.com or call my office at 866-973-3627 to discuss how my team might be able to answer your questions and address your concerns. It's our goal to help you prepare for the retirement you've worked so hard for.
Disclosure: all matters discussed during the show are for informational purposes only. Opinions expressed are solely those of M&A Wealth and staff. All topics covered are believed to be from reliable sources. However, M&A Wealth makes no representations as to its accuracy or completeness. This commercial shall in no way be construed as a solicitation to sell securities or advisory services to residents where permitted. Topics should be discussed with your individual advisor prior to implementation. Advisory services offered through M&A Wealth, a registered investment advisor in the state of Texas. Insurance products and services are offered through PNC Life Insurance Agency, an affiliated company. M&A Wealth and PNC Life Insurance Agency are not affiliated with or endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any government agency.